What's up, everybody? Well, I got another gameplay video for you guys today on the secondary computer this time, and we're going to try out Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree. Now, I don't believe this is ultra-wide supported, so we'll just play it at 1440p or 4K if it lets me. So, nothing else to really say. Why don't we let it there? Well, you guys don't have to, but I'm going to let it finish transferring, and as soon as it's done, we'll hop into the game. We'll do the same settings as we did to start off with ray tracing, then we'll do just maxed, then we'll do just realistic high settings, although this thing could probably do the game maxed at 60. All the time. We'll see, but we'll still do high just because we did on everything else. And then we'll get ourselves a little camera recorded gameplay too. So let's go hop on into the game.
All right, so we can't really do 1440p, but I'll just leave it on that just so it doesn't mess with my recordings for other games and whatnot. So we're just gonna try it maxed out with high ray tracing, just like we did on the other systems. So here we go. Let's go see how it do. When I started the recording, I guess E is also what sits down. I have to hit like Control-Shift-E to start my recordings on AMD instead of Alt-F9, which is what it is for Shadow Play on NVIDIA's. And I also just made it Alt-F9 for my OBS hotkeys too, just because it's familiar. Though I wished it would give me a little sign that it's recording. I just look for the dip in the frame times and frame rate, and I'm like, oh, it must be recording. But yeah, so far, very smooth. Oh, little stutter there. Every time it owns me, I'll say, oh man, this game's doing pretty good. And then like 2 seconds later, it'll be like, fuck you. So I'll go back and say, you know what, game? Fuck you too. Alright, let's attack our little guys here. They're just little guys. Oh, it dropped something. Some more red flesh mushroom. That does look fleshy. We'll heal up just in case. I don't think anything here can kill me too easy besides that, whatever that thing was that dropped on me from that top little cathedral looking gate thing popping out of the ground. It was somewhere close to the little grace spot. Okay, that was probably the biggest stutter I've seen, and it didn't even show up in the frame time. It showed up as a small stutter. That seemed even worse than that ASUS G15 Advantage or the Alienware. But it only did it once. Let's see if it does it anymore. Probably won't. It's probably something to do with recording and ray tracing, but we'll still point it out because it happened. We're not just going to sit there and pretend it didn't just almost look like it crashed there, you know? Alright, we'll go up here to our little stopping spot. And then we'll turn ray tracing off and see how this does just maxed out. Now we're going to do just maxed out, just without the ray tracing. I guess E also selects, so we started out trying to change the, whatchamacallit, full screen nonsense on me. But anyway, as you can see, just max settings, so to the game. Here we go, just maxed out now with no ray tracing. I'm sure it'll still have some stutters here and there, but I think it'll be a little smoother than before. Ray tracing in a lot of games, especially on AMD, adds a lot of stutter. But it's happened on Intel, or not Intel, but my Intel and NVIDIA rig. Like, a lot of times I'll notice ray tracing will make you have way worse 0.1% lows and whatnot. Even if your averages seem similar. But I think it's because it relies on the CPU. So if you don't have a good CPU, ray tracing kind of sucks. There's a lot of people don't know that. It's not just GPU intensive, it's CPU intensive. Although I'm sure it depends on what type of ray tracing it is. There can be ray trace shadows, ray trace reflections, a combination of all the different ray tracing stuff all in one, and that's usually the ones where it's like, hey, how do you like 20 to 30 FPS without some kind of upscaling or frame gen? Sound good? Like, no, not to me, no, but hey, at least they give you those things to somewhat make up for it. I just wasn't expecting them to rely on that stuff. I figured that was going to be stuff for my ASUS G15 Advantage. I like how FSR kind of helps it out. Because it is getting a little old now. Wow, it got really fucking dark all of a sudden. Is there like something about to kill me? This seems like darker than just nighttime. Am I going to die? Probably going to die, aren't I? Well, if it happens, at least we'll see what's up. Well, maybe not with how dark it is. I'm surprised I found these bastards in the dark. Alright, no, nothing is following me, at least to my knowledge, so I think it's just really damn dark. Maybe it's just cloudy and no moon, or who knows. We are in like some shadow realm after all, so I guess darkness is its forte. In any case though, now we can move on to just high. Alright, so now we're going to do the same resolution, but now we're going to do everything on high with no ray tracing. And on this computer, I'd probably just max it out without ray tracing, but let's see how this does. Maybe I'll change my mind. Now for high settings with no ray tracing or any of that. So let's see how it does now. Wow, I can tell you one thing, it uses like no power this way. 130 on the GPU and 50 on the CPU. Yeah, so if you want like super chilly temperatures too, geez. 58 on the CPU and 49, 50 on the GPU. Not bad at all. And it's not like this desk PC is the most efficient at cooling. It's not horrid. It's not the worst cooling in the world, but there's nowhere for the heat to go. Heat wants to naturally go up, and there's just a big pane of glass in its way. So it's never going to be as good as like that case I have my TV PC in, for example. That thing is kick-ass. I love that thing's airflow. Though I ordered something like weird from those ice giant people, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to put it in that, so I'm probably have to upgrade my case finally. Though I'll try and pick something else that's really good. I have to be able to put a 360mm radiator in the top, and I don't think it can without bashing into the motherboard's heat sinks for the what do you call them? Not VRAM, the VRMs and the MOSFET choke heatsink things. A lot of times those are big. And then you try to put a radiator in the roof, even though it can have fans. I can put fans up there. I think when I try to put a radiator up there, the fans bash into it, not necessarily the radiator. So then, nope, no worky. I mean, I can kind of make it work sometimes if you like make it offset, but I don't think there's enough room for this thing. So, besides, the damn thing costs $350. So I'd like to put it in a nice case and not have it look all wonky, you know? So I think I found a nice Fantex case that'll work. So long as it's not so tall that it'll bash into my TV. It just has to be small enough to not bash into that, because my TV sticks over my TV stand a little bit since it's so damn enormous. I would wall mount it, I just don't have any place to wall mount it. Anyway, let us move on to camera. Alright, now for some camera recorded gameplay here. I just left it on the high settings. Oh, wow, when you limit a game to 60 FPS on a computer like this, man, the wattage isn't really even that bad. No, I really wished it would at least do 120. I know I could unlock it, but people say that it can get you banned. Not that I play online much, but some people invade your game and can kick your butt. Hoping I could get him before he got me, but nope, not quite. So scorched and full of ruin.
Cool. Well, they're toast. There's some weird little structure down there. I'm gonna have to remember that's there and check it out. I like checking every nook and cranny of these games. Some fruit. Alright though, let's see, where was I? I think I passed it. There it is. And with that, I think that's a good time for us to wrap this video on up. So let's go do just that. Well, alright guys, that's a wrap for Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree on the secondary computer here. And it played it pretty damn good. It even did a good job with ray tracing for the most part. Couldn't quite stay 60 everywhere, but wasn't that bad. But very excited to play the game for real and actually get into it. Though I'm gonna have to redo my whole build. I can tell I'm not gonna be able to beat none of the bosses with this build anymore. It's nerfed and I don't even remember how to play. So I'm gonna need to just do what I did in the first game and just stay in the beginning area killing shit until I can even get good enough at dodging them and not getting hit. Then I'll move on. Until then, I have no business going anywhere else, you know? But in any case, it's time for me to move on to the next computer. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video though, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out guys.